How's it going, YouTube? This is EJT156 coming back here with a reaction video. I was going to make this video a few days ago as soon as I heard all the rumors, but I wanted to wait and see what happens and where we go from there. So let's get into it. Let's start with day one. Free agency and trades and all that, as we know, started Wednesday at 4 o'clock Eastern time, 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock here. So the first big trade the Eagles did was trading Kiko Alonso and Byron Maxwell to the Miami Dolphins, and what we got in exchange was a swap of picks. We moved from the 13th to the 8th spot. At first, I was kind of like, why are we doing this? First of all, we got Kiko Alonso when we originally traded LeSean McCoy, Eagles all-time leading rusher. And now we're sending Kiko down to Miami. At first, I was like, dude, so we got nothing in the deal for LeSean McCoy. But getting rid of Maxwell and that huge contract that Chip gave him with all that money, thank you, Miami. You solved our problem. A huge contract that we didn't want anything to do with. And then at first I was kind of like, wait, did we make the right move? Because, new defensive coordinator with Jim Schwartz. And I don't think Kiko Alonso played for Jim Schwartz when he was in Buffalo. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section if I'm wrong. But I was hoping with a new defensive coordinator, new defense, that would help them both out. But at the same time, we don't have that huge contract now with Byron Maxwell. And now we can just move forward as a defense. The next thing that we did, and one more thing about that draft and other things, is shout out to Gigi Giovanni, because he made a great point. As soon as we let go of Chip, we're going to let go of all of his players. So far, we've done a lot of that. I just hope we keep a few of them around, because a few of them are really good. Like Nelson Aguilar and Jordan Matthews, and, Lane Johnson, he's sticking around, as we all know. But I find it interesting, too, that we go from 13th to 8th, because that's three in the first 10 picks of the draft. 3 of those teams are NFC East teams. Dallas at number 4, Giants at 6, and now us at 8. Don't know who we're going to get. I still hope we go after some linemen, and I'm going to get into that in a minute, too. Next big trade we did. We traded DeMarco Murray. I was hoping by rebuilding the offensive line we'd be able to see what he's made of, but after reading so many things about him, I'm kind of glad we traded him, because he said he felt like he took a year off from football in 2015, and that's just because I think, DeMarco, you got lazy based on that, and all we did was swap picks again with our 4th rounder to move up with Tennessee's 4th round. So we have Tennessee's first 4th round pick, and they have ours, which we have 3 4th round picks, which I still love. We still have 9 draft picks, guys. So that's really positive for me to think about. So DeMarco, I think the trade was a good idea. Ryan Matthews, is he going to be the starting running back, or we're going to draft a running back? I don't know. Does anybody know if there's any big running backs in this year's draft too? Please comment below and let me know. Next, what do we got? This one we were desperate for. We got Brandon Brooks for the offensive line. 5-year deal. Perfect amount of time. He's a young guy. He's big. He's from Houston. Or came from the Texans. And the guard position was the one position I think we were most desperate for. From what I know, Jason Kelce played a little bit injured last year. Jason Peters was kind of banged up. The guard position was where we were desperate for. Lane Johnson did great. And I still think we should draft a tackle in the 3rd round. Try to get our 2nd round draft pick back if we can. But we got a guard. He's young. He's big, which is what we need. We need big guys. Now, granted, Jason Peters and Lane Johnson are both big, solid guys. And Jason Kelce, I've met the guy too. He's big. He looks more like a tight end rather than a center. Love the guy. Keep him around. Keep him at the center position. Don't do anything else. Next of all, we still need to draft a guard, though. But we have 9 picks, so get a guard, get 2 more guards, because that way one of them can be a backup, and hopefully he has a bright career. Or still do like what I said, make trades with Dallas. Get Dallas's guards. Cleveland's guards. Because we all know Cleveland has a joke of an organization right now. But their linemen have promising futures. And if we go after them, that will help us. Next. Rodney McLeod. Am I saying his name correct, guys? This was perfect. And I loved the highlights that I've seen from him on Facebook. And I love what he said recently. If he said this correctly, he wants to be like Brian Dawkins. Already in a positive step. He's not guaranteeing anything. He's just going to go out and he's going to be a hard hitter for us. And hopefully, with him, Jenkins, Jordan Hicks, and Eric Rowe, and we also got a corner too, and I'll tell you about him in a minute. We're building the defense in the right pieces. Jenkins is great. Jordan Hicks, I think, is going to be the big name that the Eagles need. I hope he just continues to play well. Eric Rowe, you had a lot to do last season. And for all the times that we had bad things, it's still not your fault. So I think we made a great deal. And I work with a lot of Rams fans, and they said, dude, you guys totally stole him from us. I can't believe you guys got him and we didn't re-sign him. So thank you. I almost said St. Louis. Thank you, LA Rams. Next of all, Ron Brooks to the secondary. He's a corner, which was another position we've been desperate at for a while. So I think we made the right move. And I think he played for Jim Schwartz, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he did. Another Jim Schwartz disciple. I have a lot of these on my phone right now that I'm reading to you guys, so I want to make sure I got everything properly. I'm not going to get into the money. I don't do that. I just usually talk about the deals that they get and just kind of go from there. And as we all know, we got Chase Daniels. He played with Kansas City last year, the backup. He's probably going to be the backup, but Doug Peterson did say this that I find kind of interesting, that he expects for both Bradford and Daniels to battle it out for who's going to be the starter. That tells me that Doug already knows who his starter is, because Chip did the same thing even with Tebow last year when we had him on the roster. He expects for Tebow to compete for a starting job. So really, no telling who's going to be the starter, but that tells me Bradford probably is. But you never know. And we might even draft a quarterback. So I don't know. And then this trade, I know so many people are so happy about this. Sanchez got traded to the Denver Broncos. That tells me Denver is desperate because they just let Brock Osweiler go. I can't believe they didn't re-sign him. They're desperate. And John always like, this is a step in the right direction. It's like, John, you're not with Mark Sanchez. You ain't going to win a Super Bowl with him. Granted, he has been to the AFC Championship. It's been to 2 of them, I think. Now, Mark Sanchez, everybody gives you crap for being the butt fumble guy. Granted, it was hysterical, and I feel kind of bad for you because you were part of that. And I'll admit I was on the butt fumble bandwagon. But, Sanchez, you did decent in 2014 when Nick Foles got hurt. And I'll give you credit there. You did decent. We had a very rough defense in 2014. It was not good at all. And last year in the game against Miami, you threw an interception, but Miles Austin, you could have caught that freaking ball. That's on you, not on Mark Sanchez. But like Philadelphia says, the team plays different. They look at him as a joke. They look at him very differently. And, I think we all knew he was going to get cut eventually, and I'm glad he got cut now. Well, traded, and we have an unconditional 7th-round draft pick next year in 2017, which I'm very happy with. That pick I'm very good with. So, we still have a lot of work to do. We still got to work on that O-line. That O-line is the key to us being successful, because I think our defense is going to be phenomenal next year. I really hope it is. Jordan Hicks comes back healthy. We'll just have to wait and see. So, other than that, YouTube, I'm going to keep posting videos as far as the offseason goes. I'm going to try to make a couple more Kings videos if I can. And, patiently waiting to find out the schedule, any picks, and the draft, of course. So, other than that, YouTube, I got nothing else to say. Comment below on your thoughts, like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching the videos. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. God bless.